A big thing that you can do to immediately improve your results is shift towards focusing on the right goal. And I'm going to explain this, but just keep in mind this is something that we can easily forget and something that even I have to remind myself every day. To be clear, when I say the right goal, keep in mind you have an ultimate goal, and the ultimate goal is to sell your product, get a new client, right? But you always have an immediate goal. And if you're cold calling, your immediate goal is likely something different than your ultimate goal. Unless you sell something that's a one call close, you're going to sign them up right on that cold call, which sometimes happens, but in most B2B cold calling, that's not the case. And if that's not the case, your immediate goal might be something else. And this diagram here kind of outlines what some of the common steps that a salesperson might go through. So your initial contact is going to be that cold call, and this is going to be 2 to 5 minutes. That's not enough time to sell your product or service. What you should sell is the next step in your process, which might be just simply to have a conversation. And in reality, you could have that conversation right there at the same time of the cold call. But for me personally, I want to actually sell them on that. And you might do that if you're going to do that all on the same call. I might do that by saying something like this: "Hey, if you have 10 minutes, we can talk about it now, right?" And so if they agree, then you've closed them and you've moved on to that first conversation right at the same time of the cold call. But me personally, I like to schedule meetings and schedule appointments on another day, and this can vary depending on what you sell. Doing it on another day, you can put it on their calendar, you can lock in some time, you can get more of their attention other than just sort of plowing through when they've answered your call and they really don't have it on their calendar, weren't expecting it. But the key takeaway here is always stay focused on selling the appointment, selling the conversation, and get away from falling into the trap of I'm trying to sell this product. An example of how this can help you is responding to objections. If someone says I'm not interested or we don't have any budget to spend right now, those are good objections for them not to buy your product. Those aren't good objections for them not to move to the next step, for them to have a conversation. Because if they don't have budget right now, well, we could still meet. And I wouldn't say it that way, but I might say some way like this: well, I understand that you don't have budget set aside for this, and I'm not trying to sell you anything right now. What we want to do is open the dialogue between our two companies, we won't spend a ton of time, so we won't have the expectation that you're going to buy. But then down the road, when you're ready to make a decision, you'll have all the information you need from us. So, are you available for a brief conversation? So it's being able to really remember that objection response and have that frame of mind. What enables that is always staying on the right goal, which is not selling the product but selling the meeting.